Okay, in this short little video, I'm gonna just give you a few tips for revising for your up and coming test, but they're general tips as well. Um, right, your starting point, because everything goes on Teams and we use the Key Stage Computer Science notebook to put the work that we've been doing recently together, that's where you should start. So I've logged into my Teams. I'm going to go to my class notebook. Eventually it'll come up, and I'm going to select the computer science links section, and I'm going to go to the Key Stage 3 Computer Science OneNote. That hopefully will open up. The nice thing about this is you've got your Year 7 sections, but there are Year 8 and Year 9 sections. Um, so if we look at the Year 7 section, we have got a revision list that's been put together. So these are the topics: copyright, plagiarism, propaganda, PowerPoint, HTML, flowcharts, and Python. These are what's going to be definitely on the quiz. Okay, there won't be any other surprises. Um, One thing is your starting point is your notes. So you can start by looking at your notes and reviewing what's in there. If you feel your notes are a little bit wishy-washy, then what you need to do is supplement. And one way of supplementing is looking for suitable websites. Now, let's say you were looking at flowcharts, and I've put a couple of links on here. You've got BBC Bitesize, great website that's got some good basic information. So they've got a section on flowcharts. So if you want to review your flowcharts, you can go to this section. You can look at what you've got in your notes, and then you can say, well, have I got this sort of detail? Have I got this information in my notes? And then there's nothing to stop you saying, right, okay, I like what they've done. I'm going to take a little bit of that and I'm going to add that to my notes. So that's one thing you can do. We've also got links to probably one of the best resources for what you're doing, W3 Schools. They've got great help with programming and web programming and things like CSS, which we'll move on to next year. Um, you can look up lots of basic things. So there is intros. What does a web page look like? What is a website element? What is a tag? What are the main simple tags? Okay, so you can look at these things, look at the basics, and look at again at your notes and see if your notes are up to scratch, and supplement. Learning is about looking at more than one source of information. So you shouldn't really be relying on your teachers to give you everything that you need, especially in computer science. One of the things is that there is an infinite amount of information available at your fingertips. You've only got to go into a browser and you can find lots of sources. And one of the really important things is that you compile information from multiple sources. So you don't just use one website. You don't just use one tutorial. You take information from multiple places. Okay, so please make sure that you go through these 5 topics, um, and make sure that you have got a series of notes about these topics. Okay, it's important that what you do is something active. So don't just like go to a web page like this one and just read it and sit there reading. You mustn't do passive reading up. You've got to actually do something with the information that your brain is taking in. Because if you don't, what you don't do is you don't synthesize and you don't like put that into your longer term memory. Because as you're reading something, you can remember it for a few seconds, but if you do something with it, even if that's just as simple as writing something down or drawing a diagram, then that will help you to try and partition that into your longer term memory. The more often that you do these sort of activities, the more solid those memories will become. Um, so please be aware of the topics. Make sure that you are actively writing, making diagrams on these topic areas. Okay, and good luck.